Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, July 2nd. Thanks for joining us on Up to the Minute. I'm Andrea Bonner, Chair of HCC's Consumer Arts and Sciences Center of Excellence, and I'm joined today by my amazing co-host, Benjamin Escobar, HCCTV videographer, who's going to tell everyone how to find us. Benjamin?
Andrea, yes. So we are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston Community College District. We're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and our own TV channel, HCCTV, where you can catch the rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Thanks, Benji. We're everywhere. So for Tasty Tuesday, we're headed down the road to Richmond, Texas to learn about some of its culinary treats, including the city's Food Truck Fridays. I can't wait to hear about that. We've got Michelle Moore, communication specialist for the City of Richmond, and our Tasty Tuesday guest. But first, one of our favorite HCC guests returns to fill us in on the latest with his Center of Excellence. We've got Alberto Urbina, who is the Dean of HCC's Material Science and Smart Manufacturing Center of Excellence. Welcome back to the show, Dean Urbina. Well, Alberto, I have to say Dean Urbina. Welcome back to the show. Before we get into some of your programs, tell us about the workforce needs for Southeast Texas, particularly in the manufacturing area.
Yes, thank you for having me today, Andrea. Thank you for this opportunity. There's a huge demand for manufacturing technicians across different disciplines in Southeast Texas. There's a lot of construction projects that are taking place. There's a lot of new infrastructure projects that are being built. There are new companies moving to the Houston area every day. There's new technologies and green energy that are developing. And then there's just the regular, oil and gas construction and infrastructure projects that have been around and continue to be around. So all of those different needs by local industry is really creating great opportunities for fast track training and gainful employment for Houstonians to be able to come to HCC, take one of our fast track welding programs, machining programs, manufacturing engineering technology programs, sheet metal or pipe fitting programs, be able to complete that in as little as 6 to 9 months, and then be able to start working in the local industry, making really good pay and benefits from those companies.
That's amazing, Dean Urbina. Yeah, if you just drive around, you'll see all of the new companies and just all the new infrastructure. So that's really great to hear. So you have a wide range of programs to help students get their start. You kind of, led into that a little bit or continue at HCC. So tell us about some of those.
Yeah, absolutely. So we offer certificate programs. We offer level 1 certificates, level 2 certificates that are stackable. We also offer 2-year associates of applied science degrees in welding technology, machining technology, and manufacturing engineering technology. So those are great stackable credentials that any student can really start with and be able to progress into their area of study and start working after completing just a level 1 certificate. And then for folks that are already maybe working in industry that would like to take their career to the next level, we offer continuing education courses that are a la carte training, specifically to anyone who may already have experience and, like I said, is just really looking to take their career to the next level. We also offer those courses, and students can pick and choose which specific skill set they would like to learn and be able to enroll in those individual classes through our continuing education offerings. We offer a flexible schedule, so we offer classes in the morning. Usually our morning classes are from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. We offer afternoon classes from 1 to 4 p.m. We have evening classes from 6 to 9 p.m. And we also have weekend classes, Saturday classes in some locations, and Sunday classes even, to be able to accommodate the working schedules that we know our students have. So we have a flexible course offering. We have a flexible schedule. We have a lot of scholarship opportunities as well to be able to help students pay for that training.
Yeah, and you kind of went into the next question about the flexible schedules. We always talk about that after the show, but considering that a lot of our students are non-traditional students, we give them a lot of opportunities to go to school whenever, it works for their schedule. And you talked about scholarship opportunities. Do you have other funding opportunities as well for students in your programs?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are three different funding sources that students can take advantage of to pay for the training here at HCC. The first one is the financial aid program through the federal financial aid website. They can complete their FAFSA application and then be able to get that approved. And if they qualify, then they can use those funds to pay for any of our programs in the manufacturing area. There's also funding through Workforce Solutions through the Texas Workforce Commission that Houstonians can stop by their nearest Workforce Solutions, complete their financial aid application to see if they qualify for local Texas Workforce Commission funding. And then lastly, we have the HCC Scholarship Foundation that offers scholarship opportunities for current students, new students, any student that's interested in our manufacturing program. We are we're very fortunate to work with local industry here in the area, particularly an organization known as the PVF Roundtable. They have donated quite a bit of scholarship funding to HCC for students that are going to be pursuing one of the manufacturing pathways. So there's quite a bit of scholarship opportunities as well through the HCC Foundation.
That's amazing. I always tell our students too, the foundation is there, the money's there. They just are waiting for people to come ask for it. So I really encourage students to take advantage of those opportunities. And it's great to hear about, your partners who also give money back to the programs as well. So what about the locations of the programs? Houston's big. They can't just go to one location. Where can they take your programs?
Yep. So our welding program is offered at 7 different locations throughout the city of Houston. The welding program can be completed at the Eastside campus, at the HCC South campus, at our central location, at the Ailey Bissonnette campus, at our North Forest, at our Stafford location. And then we also have a partnership with Gallery Furniture, where students can take classes at the Gallery Furniture North location off of 45 North and Jensen. So those are the 7 locations where students can take the welding program at. Our machining and manufacturing programs, we offer those at our central location in Midtown, and then at our Stafford location. Our pipe fitting program is offered at the Southeast and at the Stafford location. And then our sheet metal program is offered at the Southeast location. So, like I said, a lot of different locations where students can take the programs at, and flexible schedules are offered at each one of those campuses.
That's amazing. And last, Dean Urbina, can you tell us about your manufacturing camps? I think we have a couple minutes and we'd love to hear about that.
Yes, we were very excited this year. This is our 3rd year that we have partnered with Nuts, Bolts, and Thingamajigs. It's a national organization that promotes manufacturing career exploration, and we received grant funding from the NBT organization. This is our 3rd year that we received those grant funds to be able to host manufacturing camps, summer manufacturing camps for high school age students. And this year we hosted 3 manufacturing camps, one at our Stafford location, at our Eastside campus, and at the Katy campus. And we had over 20 students in each one of the camps to come in for a week and be able to learn about manufacturing, do different projects, complete different projects, design them, print them out, cut them, weld them, machine them. It was a lot of fun for the students who participated, and we look forward to being able to continue the partnership with NBT and grow the number of summer manufacturing camps in the future.
That's amazing. It sounds like you're doing some really great things, Dean Urbina, helping to just get people to work here in Houston. One good thing you said too is they get out making a wonderful wage. I might consider going back and doing some manufacturing stuff on the side myself. So, but we really appreciate you being on the show, as always, talking about the great things that you're doing in your Center of Excellence. So thank you to Alberto Urbina, who is our Dean for HCC's Material Science and Smart Manufacturing Center of Excellence. We're going to have your information in our post after the show.
Thank
Up
you.
next, thank you, Dean Urbina. Up next, after a commercial break, Benji is going to discuss some tasty treats in Richmond, Texas. Cannot wait to hear about that.
When I grow up, I want to work in a lab to build robots.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
We are back with Michelle Moore, Communications Specialist for the City of Richmond, and our Tasty Tuesday guest. Welcome to the show, Michelle.
Well, thank you for having me, Benji. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. We're looking forward to discussing Richmond's overall food scene with you, because I'm a foodie myself. But we're going to start with Food Truck Fridays. Compadre Cookers was just there last week, so tell us about that event.
So it sounds like you might even be familiar with Compadres Cookers barbecue food truck.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting. We began Food Truck Fridays, I'm going to say easily 9 or 10 years ago. And I believe it was more as an answer to be able to give some options here in the downtown Richmond area for lunchtime. We are the county seat of Fort Bend County. What that means is the judicial system and many of the administration buildings, obviously office here, provide a big employment base during the day. So you want to have plenty of options. So we began the process, and it was hosted at our original central fire station, right on the river there as you're coming across 90. I say that as everybody knows that, but we moved that Food Truck Lunch Fridays, and we call it Food Truck Lunch Fridays because one of our original trucks informed us or educated us that Food Truck Friday refers to dinner time, not lunchtime. Go figure. So we changed the name to Food Truck Lunch Fridays. So it'd be very obvious that we were talking about lunchtime options. But anyway, moved it to the new Central Fire Station, which happens to be right next door to the Travis County building where many of the employees for the county office. And so it was appropriate, therefore, that we have the new positioning for Food Truck Lunch Fridays. So that's kind of how it all began. And it's every Friday from 11 to 2. The food trucks register, obviously, through the permitting department. They are expected to be here from 11 to 2 o'clock. And they set up there, and we try to create somewhat of an event out of it. Have tables under the shade and that kind of thing. You know, if you're in the building all day long, office, you kind of want to get a breath of fresh air.
Right.
Well, provided the heat indexes, you know. But anyway, that's how it all began. And I think we've served the community and have continued to serve the community by giving various options week by week by week.
Yeah, and I bet you those folks there in the downtown Richmond area always look forward to the Fridays, right? To eat something different from the food trucks. Yeah. So you also say that Richmond prides itself on not only providing good city services, but great places to enjoy a good meal. Can you give us some examples of establishments that are just rooted into the Richmond community?
Right, right. Yeah, we've had a number of restaurants here in downtown. Probably most famous is Sandy McGee's restaurant in downtown. We have people come from far and wide to visit Sandy McGee. She just celebrated, I believe, her 25th year here in downtown.
Wow.
Also have Lone Star Saloon, which it is a saloon. However, they're known for Tuesday steak nights, and they're also known for their grill. They do outstanding burgers and that kind of thing. Trough Juice Bar, which actually offers organic foods of all kinds. We have Italian restaurants. We have a couple of seafood restaurants, Vietnamese, sushi. So we've got a variety for a city our size, because the city's about 12,000 people, 4.2 square miles, with a river that runs through it. And with that, it's pretty amazing the variety of food types and food groups that we have here. So that's what we're pretty excited about now. And I'll say that's kind of exploded here in the last 10 years as this area has grown. But many of these restaurants are family-owned restaurants. They're small restaurants. They're not, your big franchise owners. And we're proud of that. We're a community that supports our restaurants and our local businesses.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of history there, you could say. And speaking of history, some of these have stories to tell, like even ghost stories, which Todd, our director, probably love this, but I've heard he has some ghost stories to tell us about these
Well,
places.
I don't know that I have the ghost stories to tell. I think when it comes to ghost stories, they're often third-party renderings. You have to experience it yourself, I hear. But yes, there are definitely stories that I've heard in a couple of the restaurants, and I've heard them from workers that have worked there and who have been touched by the experience. There's, and I'm not going to name restaurants, but my daughter had a friend that worked in one of them, and all the girls, of course, wear their hair long. And she had been in an area, this restaurant, where there was known to be ghosts, and she claimed to my daughter that she had her hair was in a ponytail and somebody pulled on her ponytail, and go figure those stories. But it does add such a great mystique and fun experience to coming downtown, because stories are real. It's what happens. It's what exists, and we love that about Richmond. We've got a lot of history here. With our cemetery, and many of the buildings here. So we're very unique in our small town charm. We'll call it that we have been able to retain. And we've been able to, I'm going to say, retain that through the experiences of the restaurants that have been here with us for many, many years.
Wow. Okay. So I also want to talk about new places and new spots that are opening up in Richmond. I mean, like you said, the city's just growing like at a very fast rate. So tell us about new spots that are opening up there.
Well, we've the newest here in downtown is an Italian restaurant, and they actually kind of moved from our sister, I'll call it that, sister city of Rosenberg. So they're setting up and expanding. They're going to be an Italian restaurant, a bakery, and not Gelu, but I'm blank on the name of the dessert shop that
the
they're
gelato
offer as well. Thank you, Benji. Gelato. Yeah. So that's one of the newest restaurants that has come in. We have a Mediterranean restaurant that is opened up over on what's called Ransom Road, not here in downtown. In downtown, you've also got Blockhouse Kitchen and Coffee, and they actually have a real neat spot in that they've got a whole backyard. I'll call it that they utilize for yoga. They utilize it for different gatherings, business meetings.
Wow.
They
Okay.
have created an incredible children's area. So we have in many of these restaurants, I won't say they've expanded, but they incorporate the entire family. So there's options to bring children, no matter what the age, both in what's listed on the menu, but as well as the experience that some of these restaurants offer for the children.
Of course, of course. And also, let's just lastly, because we're running out of time here, but let's talk also about giving back. And do these restaurants support the community?
Oh, yes. That's one of the great marketing efforts that an independent business owner and a small business owner needs to, and they do. We get people from Sugar Land, from Fulshire, from other areas that come for support for their galas and that kind of thing. We also have many of the nonprofits here in Richmond and in the county that look at small businesses, including restaurants, for support in giving back when they're fundraising, when they need some support for the galas. And it doesn't matter what size that business is. If they're small or if they're large, they always participate in what the ask is. And I find that to be extraordinary, that you're able to do that, especially in the restaurant category today. It's a tough category. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Well,
we're proud of them all for their participation.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank
She's
you.
Michelle Moore, communication specialist for the City of Richmond, and our Tasty Tuesday guest. We'll have all of your info on our post after the show. So thank you so much for being here.
Wonderful. Thank you for having us. Come on down to Richmond.
We will.
Yeah. Thank you.
When I grow up, I want to work at a school so I can be a teacher.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
It's been another great Tasty Tuesday, but before we go, we've got some news and some important announcements that we think that you all would be interested in. So first, we have our registration fairs. You get to kick off your academic journey. HCC's registration fairs offer a personalized support from admissions advisors. We've got some great advisors, and they'll answer all the students' questions. They'll help you enroll, complete your checklist, all of the great things. The next one is tomorrow, actually, Wednesday, July 3rd. It's going to be at Eastside, Brays Oaks, Stafford, and West Loop campuses all over Houston. So for times and to register, you can check out our post after the show. We've also got July 4th celebration at Eastside campus. You're going to join HCC Southeast as it celebrates the 4th of July with an all-American hot dogs and Frito pie. I think I'm going to go by there because I love them both. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tomorrow, July 3rd. It's going to be at the Eastside campus on the Studio Live patio. For more info, check out our post after the show. So Benji, what's next?
Yeah, we have Board Game Madness with Student Life. HCC Southeast will host a fun-filled time of board games on campus. Whether you're a seasoned strategist or just looking for a good time, the Office of Student Life has got games for everyone. Plus, you can meet new friends, enjoy some friendly competition, and just unwind. Well, I wouldn't say unwinding with Monopoly. Monopoly gets me a little bit stressed, but this will
I
take
agree.
place Tuesday, July 9th from 11 a.m. to noon at the HCC Eastside campus. More registration info is on our post after the show.
What about the medical awareness? I'll let you tell us about that one as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the Medicare awareness free series. Since those who become eligible for Medicare have important decisions to make, United Healthcare is offering a free series in English and Vietnamese. The organization says it's their mission to help people live healthier lives and make the healthcare system work for everyone. This will take place Wednesday, July 10th from 10 to 11 a.m. at the HCC Spring Branch campus, at the A-Leaf Bissonnette campus, A-Leaf Hayes, and Katy campuses. Registration info is in our post after the show.
Thanks, Benji. I wish fall weather was here, but fall registration is here and it is open. So registration for the fall semester is now open with regular and smaller semesters offered in a variety of programs. Like all of HCC's courses for the summer and fall, they are offered online anytime, online on a schedule. You can also have hybrid classes, which offer face-to-face and partially virtual classes. You can be in person. I always say that's my favorite. And hybrid lab classes. So to learn more about HCC's programs, our start dates and options to cover cost, you can go to hccs.edu/apply. So coming up tomorrow, we'll feature HCC's military education initiative and how it has impacted faculty and staff in a positive manner. July 4th is a great time to hear those stories. And we'll welcome the return of Coleman College's Surgical Technology program. We're all so excited to hear about that. So thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you, Benji, my amazing co-host. We'll see you next time.